Tesla stock is going nowhere. So we closed $3.25 down. That's 1.36%. Closed at 235.58. Post market, we seem to be down by a further 30 cents. So let's look at where we are in the chart. Last week, we had the Cybertruck launch. Did it help the stock? It did not help the stock at all. We had a little bit of a move up on Friday, but this did not last because now we are down by $3 right here. We did not get new buyers for Tesla stock because of the Cybertruck launch. So it means that we are just going sideways. We have been going sideways since November 14th. This is 2 weeks and nobody wants to make any decisions. The sellers are not selling that much into it. The buyers are not buying that much. This is why we are into what we call a congestion zone. This is like a traffic jam. This is a traffic jam. This is just going sideways. There's a little bit of a movement up and down, but this is just noise. It does not mean anything. It will start to mean something when we are going to cross 226.85 going down. This is going to mean that the sellers are winning and the buyers have weakened, and we should be expecting a move further down. Conversely, if we start breaking 250, then this is going to mean that the tug of war between the buyers and sellers is being won by the buyers, and this would be an indication that things should be going higher. And then we can start thinking about maybe reaching 265, where we have had a bunch of sellers in the past. And also this will also coincide with this downward resistance that we have right here, which is an indicator that we have sellers right above this line right here. So if we break 250, we should be good to go to 265. If we break lower than 226.85, then we could be going as low as 204. If we take a look at our indicators, so stochastic is at 63. We need it above 60 in order to have a move up. It has been coming down. It's still above 60, but barely. Everything else is still bullish. Unless there's something new that is happening right here, we are at a standstill. But every single day, we have a new candle that is being drawn. And within 3-4 days, we are going to see if we are going to break this bullish channel support, because we have been into a bullish trend since the end of October. And this could end if we start breaking this support right here. At the same time, we are into this downward resistance. So we are into a downward trend right here. And we tried to break above it last week on Wednesday, and we could not break above it. It's possible that we try to break it again. It's possible that we try, but this is going to be a big test to see if we break it. And this is pretty much what I was talking about when I was talking about 250 right here. If we break this one right here, this is nice, but we still need to break 250 in order to go to 265. So here are the key levels for Tesla. Let's take a look at the VIX to understand what the rest of the market is doing. So the VIX is up a little bit. We are up almost 4%. We don't have stochastic over 60, so this little bit of a move is not to be believed yet. The VIX is still quite low, so this is helping the stock market as a whole. In terms of the 10-year bond, this is just going a little bit higher, no stochastic, and the trend is still a downtrend for the government bonds. US dollar is bouncing a little bit. We are up by 0.42%. We are up a little bit. We don't have stochastic. This should not to be believed yet. It could be coming down at any point in time. If we start breaking 103.580 with a stochastic above 60, then we should start believing it. But before that, it could be just going to 103 and then coming back down again. This is still noise at this point. Let's take a look at our EV stocks. So Rivian is down 1.6%. This is just going sideways. We are almost outside of our downward channel. This is our downward channel right here. We are almost outside of it. We could say we are outside of it. When it's such a small break like this, I prefer not to call it. We are into a congestion zone that has started, I would say, October 19th, and we are just going sideways. this move sideways is making us break almost this downward resistance. We are starting to see some good news. Going sideways is a lot better than going down. And with this break of downward resistance that we might have a confirmation on this week, then this is going to show us that maybe Rivian is starting to think about going higher again eventually. Xpeng is just going sideways also. We don't have any stochastics. There's no big impulse up yet. NEO, the same thing. We have broken the first downward resistance. We have to break in this case. We sometimes have bearish channels that have two resistance and two support. This one is one of these cases. So we have two downward resistance. We have broken one. We need to break the second one to be sure that things are going to stop going down. We don't have much stochastic over 60. Before we can say that we can buy this one, we are going to wait a bit. VinFast was looking not too bad. It was breaking a previous resistance at 733, but now we are coming back down into it. We have lost stochastic over 60. This was a head fake. It showed us a buy signal right here, and then it went higher. If you sold at that point because you saw some profit, good for you. But now it's coming down a little bit and we are breaking back below 733. This is why I say put a stop loss right there in that vicinity, just in case we are seeing a quick reversal. Apple is weakening a little bit. We still have some buyers, but I think they are losing steam. We are seeing lower lows right here. And look at that. These lows are all aligned. There's no random move in the stock market. This is the downward channel that we are in right now. All of our indicators are still pretty good because we have started super low at 166 for this big move. It takes a while for the indicators to realize that things have been starting to go down. This is just a normal behavior of these indicators, and this is why we love them, because they are preventing us to react too quickly when we see a big red candle or a big green candle. They are looking at the overall trend and giving us that information. ARM, this is just going sideways. We are into a bullish trend, but right now we are just taking a pause. So all of the indicators are super great. Palantir is just caving 2045. 2045 is right here. 2045, we stayed above one day, and could not stay above here. And the last time that we were above for good was in November 2021. They show us where the sellers are strong, and we need to have stronger buyers in order to break those lines. And clearly, this has not happened today. NVIDIA going lower and lower, down 2.6%. Let's take a look at our stock indices. So Dow Jones down a little bit, but it had a great move recently. So this is just a little bit of a pullback. S&P 500, yes, it's a red day. It's still above support, so this is a positive sign. NASDAQ is a little bit weaker with stochastic going a little bit lower. So we could be coming down to 15,346 with NASDAQ. This is something that could be happening. But so far, we are bouncing on this line right here. Look at this line started at the beginning of 2023. And look at how we are just maintaining ourselves above it right here. Gold, a little bit of a move down today, down 2%, still above 1566. If it breaks 1566, to me, this is going to be an exit. We need to keep the profits that we have. Silver coming down. Silver went super high, super fast. Now it's weakening, 3% down. This one got ahead of itself. It got ahead of itself because this is the channel it's supposed to follow. Going up, going down, going up, going down. And then it just decided to go super crazy. And now it's just coming back down into its channel. This is really par for the course. Let's look at Bitcoin. I called it right here. I called it last Friday. We had the buy signal right here, and now it's continuing. Ripple, and not too bad. It's even Steven went super low, but then it recuperated pretty much everything. We have our numbers to check for Tesla. So then we just have to wait and see if one of these lines gets crossed, and then we can take position. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my trading video affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.